This is the Good Neighbor Podcast, the place where local businesses and neighbors come together. Here's your host, Sophia Yvette.
Welcome to the Good Neighbor Podcast. Are you in need of a veterinary hospital? Well, one may be closer than you think. Today, I have the pleasure of introducing your good neighbor, Mike LoSasso with Frisco Emergency Pet Care. Mike, how are you today?
I'm doing great, Sophia. How are you doing?
I'm also doing great. Now, we are excited to learn all about you and your business. Can you start off by telling our listeners just a little bit about your company and how you got into this business?
Sure. Well, I've been a practicing veterinarian since 1993, so that's we're coming up on 33 years. But we opened this emergency hospital back in July of 2016. So we are not your typical day practice. We don't do vaccines and spays, neuters, dentals, all those things you associate with the, with your primary veterinarian. We are strictly an emergency hospital. We've been 24/7 since 2018. So we see dogs and cats all around the clock every day of the year.
Well, every day of the year, does that mean no holidays?
We are open 365, 24/7. So if it's 2:00 in the morning on Christmas, we're going to be there.
Wow. Now, how did you originally get into a business like this? How does one become an owner of a veterinary hospital?
Well, in the state of Texas, you have to be a veterinarian. But we saw the need for another hospital in the Frisco area. It was at the time an underserved area. In 2016, there was only one other hospital, emergency hospital in all of Collin County. So we were the second one. I think there are about 8 of us now, but at the time we saw a need for the services. We were so busy at the other location that we decided to open our own.
Amazing. Now, Mike, to be in this industry, you have to be an animal lover. So where does your heart for animals come from?
Oh, I grew up mostly around horses, honestly, and some dogs. Oh gosh, back in Nevada, that was a long time ago. But yeah, I made that decision to go to vet school when I was, as many veterinarians will tell you, when I was 6 or 7, and never questioned that decision and did everything. Decided where I was going to college according to where the vet schools were. So yeah, that started early on.
So, Mike, being in this industry today, what is the most common myth or misconception you typically come across?
As far as a misconception, I think that that services maybe aren't available, that if they're sick in the middle of the night, there's nowhere to turn to, but we're there and we field phone calls all night and we see patients that walk in at 2 or 3 in the morning, as well as during the day, during regular business hours.
So there's no need to fear. Frisco Emergency Pet Care Center is here, yeah?
That's right.
Now we know marketing is the heart of every business. Who are your target customers or audience? And in terms of marketing, how do you attract them?
Well, I mean, our audience really is anybody that has a dog or a cat that is in need, that's sick or gets injured in any way. So we are available. As far as how we market, we use we have a very wide referral base. We've got about 150 hospitals that send us cases, and so the we call regular day hospitals or general practices will inform their clients that we're there. We're also pretty easy to find with a Google search. We have at the moment kind of minimal social media because I haven't found a way to do that consistently enough to do it right, and so we haven't done it much at all.
I was just going to ask you if you ever thought about doing your own podcast.
I have considered it, but it's going to take some time to do it right. And at the moment, I work enough shifts up at the hospital that would be a bit of a challenge, but it may be something that I put the hospital director on to.
And outside of work, what do you and your family like to do for fun?
We like to be outside. I've got a couple of girls still at home. Most of my children are grown and gone, so I spend as much time as I can with my granddaughter. And my real passion is actually getting out onto the ocean and going sailing.
Hey, that's amazing. I love the water. Now, please tell our listeners one thing they should remember about Frisco Emergency Pet Care.
Well, I think the one thing is that we're available 24/7. We are an independent hospital, so we're not owned by a corporation, and we don't have any corporate masters to answer to. So it gives us some flexibility. We can do some things, including offering payment plans and trying to make care more available and accessible, which is something that, for whatever reason, the corporate-owned practices are really not interested in doing.
And where can our listeners go to learn more about Frisco Emergency Pet Care?
Well, since we don't use a lot of social media, I would say the best place is probably our website, which is, strangely enough, www.friscoemergencypetcare.com. Tried to make that easy and SEO friendly.
Well, Mike, I really appreciate you being on the show today. We wish you and your business the best moving forward.
Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate your time.
Thank you for listening to the Good Neighbor Podcast. To nominate your favorite local businesses to be featured on the show, go to gnpfrisco.com. That's gnpfrisco.com. Or call 469-221-9345.